So listen, we know who is always in a full sweat when he's on the court. Giannis Antetokounmpo, always ready to come out and play, one of the hardest workers. We already know what he does. Coming out tonight against OKC, doing what he does, Smitty.
You know, Coach Yeager, what I love what Bud has done is taking him off the ball a little bit. We know he's fantastic downhill, but in half court, I thought he struggled last year in the playoffs. This year, they're letting him set more screens, and also they post him up at the free throw line. And then you know what this young man has done has just been remarkable. He gives up the basketball. He plays so hard. And Coach, if you had a guy play that hard, everybody else has to fall in line when he's your best player.
When your best player plays that hard, there's no other excuse for anybody else. They all have to fall in line. I agree. Their spacing is great, and it's just taking some of the toll off of his body. In that clip right there, he rolled.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, he always the ball handler in the pick and roll. That gives him a whole other element.
Taking a look at the best start through 59 games in NBA history. You see the Bucks are right there in select company. See those MJ-led Bull squads along with the Warriors.
I saw them a lot, bro.
You did. Smitty, very familiar with how that worked in the mid-'90s with those classic Bulls
I was
teams.
in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
I played the two-guard position.
Yeah, and Mike played the two-guard.
So I saw a lot of that.
No need to revisit that history.
No,
we can talk about the present day. So the Bucks, as they're currently constructing the roster build-up, we know that they shoot a lot of threes. Number one, can they get to 70? They have to win, 19 more games? They have to go 19-4 the rest of the way to win 70 games. Are they even shooting for that? Do you think it's possible?
You know, I think it's possible, Coach, and also Ro, but I don't know if they're shooting for it. But I will say is, I know like the Warriors, everybody thought that it might have hurt them in the playoffs. When I started to look at the minutes they're playing, I think Giannis is still under 31 or under 30 minutes of playing. So what Bud is doing, yes, they're playing everybody. They're just winning games. I don't think you go out there and lose games. You just play the game and play the way you've been playing. Their style, they're going so deep. Everybody, Coach, for me, is stepping up, playing well, that's coming off the bench. I know the starters are playing well, but what I see is the Sterling Browns, the DiVincenzo's, George Hill, everybody's playing well.
Well, it takes a basketball IQ to play off of good players and recognize that you don't need it. If you just be in the right place, you get stuff off of those guys and just go out and do your job. But to answer your question, I think every coach is going to say, I want to be playing well, I want to be healthy going into the playoffs. That's first and foremost for guys, and if they get it, they get it. But wouldn't you want to be part of history, too? Yes. I mean, it's got to be in the back of your mind. Secondly, with all due respect to your East, their first-round matchup is not one that's going to tax them and take them into 6 or 7 games. So it's an opportunity there. They can catch a rhythm going into the end and getting into that second round.
Coach, but why are they so successful this season? Is it the way the roster's constructed? What are they doing that's so different as opposed to what they did last season?
Well, I think the continuity only helps. You know, guys continue to get year after year after year, Bled and Chris and Giannis. So, and then the complementary guys playing around them know how to play off of them, when to back cut, when to keep your spacing. I mean, he's creating new plays. He'll dribble, he'll look at you, he'll drive it right to a guy, flip it, they shoot a three. Just those little nuances where we as coaches learn that from great players. They teach you more than you teach them sometimes.
Of course, we know the Milwaukee Bucks at the top in the Eastern Conference, but there's a team in the Western